Innovative Auto Solutions. This is Mitch. How may I help you? Oh yeah, the C6.5 Wickerbill Spoiler? Yes, we just actually got it in right now. Are you wanting to bring your car down today? Yeah, let me check right here. Let me see. Looks like we can squeeze it in today and we can get it handled for you. Cool. Alright, thanks man. Alright. Hey guys, this is Mitch with Innovative Auto Creations. This is our C6.5 Wickerbill Spoiler. We've had a lot of customers ask us how to properly install it on the car, and we're going to go ahead and make a video for you and show you how to do it here step by step on a customer's car we have right here. Alright, first step with installing a new spoiler is we got to remove the taillights. What we like to do is we like to tape off your bumpers so we don't scratch anything. And what we like to use is we like to use 3M painting tape. Or any kind of painter's tape. It could be blue, yellow, green. And so let's start with that. Okay, so step 2 is after we taped off the bumper is there's 2 little Torx screws right here that hold your taillights in. We're just going to want to remove those. And it's okay to let your tail lights hang too. It's not going to mess up any wiring or anything. That's what we always do here. Alright guys, so the next step is after removing the tail lights, you're going to want to take your third brake light out. There's 4 10mm bolts and a connector as well, so you're going to want to get those taken care of. Alright, so now we got the 4 10mm bolts off. We're just going to want to disconnect the third brake light, and then we'll be able to get the third brake light out. So now that we got the third brake light out, what we're going to do is we're going to mock up our new part, and we're going to want to tape off the top just like we did on the bottom, just so we don't scratch anything. Alright, you can see that we taped off the bumper. I'm just going to throw one more piece on here so we can prevent any scratching. Alright, now we're ready for the C6.5 spoiler. Alright, so the next step after taping up the bumper is going to be marking your holes. So it's part of the reason why we taped up the bumper as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to put all of our hardware on the bottom, just on these 4 corners. So we're going to hand tighten this 10mm bolt. And then what we like to do here at Innovative, we like to use like what's called the lipstick method. So we like to use something to mark the bolts and get them wet, or so it'll leave some kind of mark on top of the tape, so within an order we know where to drill. So what we'll do is we'll just kind of go around and get this one too. Make sure you get them nice and wet so it leaves some kind of residue on the tape to where you know exactly where to drill. Okay. Alright, so now that we got our lipstick method done, we got our bolts marked up on the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're just going to set the spoiler on top of the bumper. Make sure that the wire goes through the factory hole right here so we don't smash the wires. Just set it down right here. Just like that. And now that we have the spoiler on the car, now those bolts are marked down on the tape. Okay, so what I'm using here is I'm going to use a step bit. What we recommend if you don't have a step bit is to use 3/8 roughly, or somewhere around there, to just get your bolts through. So I'm going to go ahead and drill out the first hole. Okay. Alright, so now we have all of our holes drilled out for our spoiler. And if you'll notice, the third brake light ones are already here. And on our spoilers, we already have those mocked up to where the bolts will line up perfectly with your factory holes right here. So, got these ones all mocked up. Now we'll be ready to install the spoiler. Okay, we are almost done with installing our spoiler. Now we just want to kind of go over this with you real quick. Now you guys are provided with all the necessary hardware and connectors when you guys purchase a spoiler. So you guys aren't needing to go down to the hardware store or anything like that. So we just kind of want to go over this little harness with you real quick. This black wire right here, I know it's here, but we're not going to use it in this application. So the only two wires that we're going to focus on is these two right here. So, as it says right here in the little instructions, the red wire is going to be connected to the blue on your factory harness where your third brake light was originally plugged in, and then the white is going to also be plugged into the black. So we're going to go ahead and start with connecting these connectors right here. Alright, so now we're going to install our connectors right here. Just to show you guys, you guys can use the high-end strippers that we have right here, or you can use these just normal wire strippers. Just with these, they make the process a little bit faster and easier, but you can use the normal ones as well. So let me get these stripped out real quick. And then, cool. And what we'll do is we'll just crimp this wire on. Alright, there's one. And remember, this white one's going to be to the black, and the red is going to be to the blue. So let's get this one right here. And there we go. Cool. And just make sure they're nice and tight. I have some pretty nice strippers right here, so they crimp really easy, but just make sure when you do attach these connectors that they're nice and secure so you don't have any problems going down the road. Alright, now we're ready to go put it over here. Alright, so now that we got all of our holes drilled out, we can remove the tape and we can go ahead and bolt up the new spoiler. Okay, we're all set. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to find your third brake light harness and just fish it out this hole right here and let it hang out. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the spoiler. And what I did was with that black wire that I was telling you about earlier is I just put some electrical tape on there, or you could put a cap on there, or just if you guys are comfortable with that, or you could just leave it the way it was and you don't have to do anything, but we like to do a little extra measure. So with installing this, you're going to also want to have a little bit of help maybe just have somebody hold it for you so you're not scratching the paint while you do the connectors, and then you guys can both set it on there. So I'll have my friend right here help me out. And right here, remember, like I said, with the white it goes to the black and the red goes to the blue. And with those connectors that we gave you as well, you're not having to, you know, chop off your pigtail. You can just tap right into the wires, so you're still leaving the factory plug. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to swing it around, put this in here, and we're just going to go ahead and set it down on the car. There we go. Okay, so now that I have somebody else here holding the wing secure, I'm going to go ahead and just hand tighten all the bolts with the holes that I drilled out. And what you can do is you can also put some Loctite on there to keep it secure. We like to do that in this video. We're just going to go ahead and show you how the installation goes. Alright, all the bolts are tight now. I used a 10mm short wrench, a little ratchet wrench, just to make them all nice and tight. You won't have any issues with that. I just don't recommend using any air ratchets or electric wrenches or anything like that, just to make sure nothing gets broken on here. Alright, now that we have all of our bolts done, including the ones in the middle with the third brake light where the factory holes went, now we can go ahead and install our tail lights, get those all done, and then you'll be able to enjoy your brand new C6.5 spoiler.